Hello and welcome to another episode of Feeding Fatty. I'm your host, Roy.
I'm Terry.
So this program, we want to, what we try to do is talk about our journey through our wellness. That includes, how we eat, what we eat, not necessarily being on a diet, but our diet in general. We talk about exercise, mindset, just a lot of things that are related to, our health and wellness and just living a better life for us. So, what we usually have guests on as well. It's about our journey. We talk about some personal issues, but we also have guests that are professionals in the space. Typically, we have them on Tuesdays. On our Thursday release, we usually do our
something more personal.
Yeah, something more personal, what's going on in our life. And also, we've kind of made a decision to be a little more candid about diabetes and do a lot more focus on current issues or things that are going on with the diabetes, or just delivering information on our Thursday. So that'll kind of be our focus for some time anyway. We may change to something else later on, but we want to go for this because it's been no secret that I suffer from type 2 diabetes, and most of that's because of the weight I carry around my belly, and then also, just poor eating habits. So something that definitely needs to be discussed, not only for my health, but I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that struggle just the same as I do, because I love to eat. I love food. I love all kinds of food. And unfortunately, some of the food that I love most, garlic bread, all the sweets and things like that.
Cake.
Yeah, those are all the worst things for us. So anyway, we're going to kind of come on. And I think another thing, we'd been talking about this the last few weeks, but then, we've had some poor eating habits that, we've been eating out a lot, it seems like, and on the run and celebrations, coming out of COVID, everybody wants to go out to eat or, get together and eat. So anyway, there's just been a lot of things going on, and my diabetic readings the last week or so were terrible. I mean, they were extreme and something I've never seen before. So anyway, it just sparked us to say, look, we need to probably talk about this more, not only to help ourselves, but maybe we can help somebody else out there as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the more information we can help put out there just for discussion, because we are not the professionals.
Yeah.
We're not medical. We're not professionals. We're just talking about our stuff.
Yeah, that's something we need to always get out of the way when we talk about this, is we are not medical professionals. We're not researchers. We're delivering our personal opinions and things that we read. So we always tell you to seek out your own medical your own physician or your own medical advisors to find out what's best with you. Also, your dietitian, people like, seek out your professional, because every individual situation is different. It's
right.
We're not all the same. So anyway, but we just
do your own research. I mean, Google yourself. Don't get way too involved with Dr. Google, but
yeah,
just do your own research. However you do that, do it.
Well, in that way, too, because we still think even with your own research, you need to seek out a medical professional.
Sure.
But at least you walk in armed with things that you could talk about. And I mean, and they may say, no, that's not for you, or that's not a good thing, or there's these side effects. There could be a lot of issues, but at least it's dialogue, which that's how we solve problems, is talking about it. And our medical professionals are very smart, but they don't necessarily keep up on every new and different thing that's coming out as much as they would love to try to. There's just so many things that are coming at them all the time. So anyway, it's a good conversation starter.
Yeah. So do we want to get started with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and
okay.
jump in.
So there was a study released this past week that said people with diabetes who have trouble falling or staying asleep were 87% more likely to die of any case. What? Yeah. I'm sorry. To die prematurely. So
if they had both diabetes, and frequent sleep disruptions.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, so that is, I just want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't have diabetes that I know of, but good.
Yeah, what it's kind of like a triangle is the best way. We talked about this earlier.
Yeah,
Is that
that was a good.
kind of at the top of that triangle is being overweight, and then if you go down to the left side, that bottom part would be diabetes, and then if you kind of go over to that right corner of the triangle, that would be sleep disruption in this part. So what they're saying is, and they don't really know, I think another researcher not involved in the study actually asked the question. So do we have poor sleep because we have diabetes, or do we have diabetes because we have poor sleep? And I don't think they make that distinction. I think they're just saying that, if you're overweight and you go down that triangle, then now all of a sudden your sleep and your diabetes are connected in some way. And so we have to be careful about that. And, our pillars of what we want to do for our health, drink water, exercise, and sleep is important. And we talk about this, I talk about my downfall is my sleep, and, where we've been the last month or so, for those listening, that we've had internet issues to the extreme. We finally got those worked out, we think. And then, we haven't, luckily we had some recordings that were backlogged, so we were able to keep releasing. But the reality is it's been a real struggle, and we haven't recorded or even scheduled anybody for probably a month or more. So anyway, we're getting back into that. We're fixing to send out some taping invites, but
I meant to. I'm sorry. I'm going to interrupt you.
Yeah.
I meant to forward you this meme that I saw. It said, "Kids, families without internet service," and it was a photo of Little House on the Prairie and all of them.
Yeah.
It was hilarious, and I was thinking about it. It was like, okay,
That's
I'm not a pioneer woman. I just want it when I want it, and when you don't have it, oh my gosh, that's when it.
That's kind of been the way we've been Little House on the Prairie for a while. But I guess how that relates to the diabetes and sleep is that we've had to go to eating establishments that didn't serve the best quality of food for, way that we want to eat. And then, actually having to stay up later because of the travel or coming home and having difficulty in upload. I mean, my sleep pattern has just been way out of whack the last few weeks. And of course that is always, to me, what starts the eating, because if I'm staying up late, that means that I want to eat late. I feel tired and depleted. So I feel like if I can eat, I'll get a boost of energy. And what works best for that is, of course, sugary substances or,
Salty.
carbs, things like that. So bumps me up to, it's bad for the diabetes, it's bad for the weight, bad for diabetes.
Way bad for sleep. I mean, if
and
you're
then,
eating right before you go to sleep, it's just.
Yeah. So, and then, even just getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep and trying to, do that for weeks or, days or weeks on end, it just, it is a negative for me. It starts a lot of things. So anyway, kind of figuring out this link between diabetes and sleep, it's very important. And, there's so many reasons why we need to get our sleep. Also, we can relate our diabetes back to I guess the instance of Alzheimer's. I'm not going to say everybody that's got diabetes is going to get Alzheimer's, but I think there's a lot of research that's going on out there now saying that, Alzheimer's is kind of a type 3 diabetes. So typically, if you go into older age with a diabetic issue, you may have a higher chance of having Alzheimer's. So all of this stuff is interrelated. It's interrelated with our wellness. And so we want to make sure that, we kind of get this information out, but personally that we do all we can do to get that good sleep cycle, get the exercise in, and then along with eating right, we'll be able to, reduce the, that body weight. But also I feel like I sleep better when we've had exercise, the days that we're active and we're moving and trying to work it in. I feel like my sleep cycle is much, much better than just, if I'm sitting here at my desk all day. Because, again, I've got me a new Fitbit, so I'm excited about that. I've had I had an iWatch for a long time, and that thing just quit working. It quit updating, and I couldn't get it connected. But I really liked the Fitbit. I was disappointed in the iWatch when I got it. But anyway, I'm back to the Fitbit. It's got the reminder about taking the 250 steps every hour, and then I've just felt better. But those days when, we're out pushing it and getting our stuff done, I tend to come in and go right to sleep and sleep, all night. I've always been a fairly good sleeper.
Oh my gosh, you do sleep well. I am so jealous. You just like hit the pillow and within
Yeah.
5 minutes you're done. Here I am, but I watched
Yeah.
a movie after you went to sleep.
Oh my God.
Last night, so I didn't go to bed. I was in bed at 10:30, but I didn't go to bed sleep until 2 a.m.
Yeah. See, not me.
You just hit
I
the
was
pillow
out.
and you're
We had
done.
well, the show we were watching, we actually had to turn it off because I think I made it through
Yeah.
like 5 minutes. But I was exhausted. But the problem is with that is over the last 3 or 4 weeks, been averaging 5 or 6 hours a night, and
They're saying, good sleep. They're referring to good sleep as 7 hours or
Right.
more, 7 to 9 hours, but 7 hours for sure.
and that's where I try to be. And that's the other thing. I'm not sure about the iWatch, so I don't want to talk it down in this. But I will say that is one thing I'm liking about the Fitbit is it shows you your sleep, and I'm not sure how accurate all this is, but well, I was trying to find
Yeah,
it there
I
and
keep
see what
meaning to wear my Apple Watch when we sleep, but I forget.
yeah, I was
I'm
just
too
gonna,
tired and then I don't sleep.
Yeah, because my sleep scores, I think last Sunday, I guess we must have gone to bed early. I had like an 85
Oh yeah, I remember that.
sleep score,
You
but
were so excited.
yeah, I was,
We
but
needed to celebrate, and so then we ate.
but my my sleep scores since then have all been in the 60s,
Yeah.
and so anyway, it's important. I think for me personally, I will say it's important for a lot of factors. Just my overall, doing analytical stuff, being able to think critically, being able to be in a decent mood, not letting some of the struggles, that we've had compound and, be more upset about things that typically shouldn't be, but because you're so extremely tired and you're pressed for time and you know that this, technical issue we've run into is going to cost you more time, it just compounds to a point of craziness. So, but anyway, let's get back to the sleep study. I just wanted to reiterate that, how important I feel that sleep is for me personally.
Oh yeah, and it's a vicious cycle. I mean, it's so like type 2 diabetes, people who have type 2 diabetes tend to be overweight and may suffer from obstructive sleep apnea. And then they're predisposed to like kidney issues and neuropathy. Just everything is a vicious cycle. Everything just builds on to another thing, and then to where you can't even identify where it comes from.
Right. Yeah, and this is part of this study. This wasn't just with diabetics. I think that what came out of
I think
it
it started as a sleep study,
Yeah.
and then it
as a
morphed.
secondary group, they kind of looked at the diabetic part. But this is just saying that for people even without diabetes, they are 11% more likely to die within 9-year follow-up than people without who slept well. If you're not a diabetic and don't sleep well, you've got an 11% more likeliness to die within this. They did a 9-year follow-up, and that's what they found. So, it's important for everybody, no matter who we are. And again, I will say I think that they've even started linking the sleeping issue to a prevalence of Alzheimer's as well. So, if we go into our older age, some of these things that we do in our younger age will catch up with us in our older age. And, there's the old saying that if I'd known I was going to live this long, I would have taken a lot better care of myself. So that's another thing is that,
Yeah.
we need to get this message out to start early, because whatever you're doing in your younger adulthood, you will carry that into your older adulthood, and
Yeah, there's
it
just
could
a
really
cause and effect. There's a
Yeah.
cause and effect to everything. But when you're younger, you are blazing new trails, you're reinventing wheels, you want to do it for yourself, and that's the main thing. You want to blaze your own path,
Right.
And, that we have a few years on us, so some experience helps. But we're still learning.
Yeah.
But now I'm more open to inviting in research from all different areas, friends, family, online, all of it, than I would have been if I were younger, because I was such a rebel anyway. I wanted to do it all myself.
Right. Yeah, and we just need to just really take note that there's a lot more good scientific information out there. So
And
just
current, it's not like you have to reach for the Encyclopedia Britannica, however you say it. I don't know. We had all of those, but it wasn't, it was as current as it was. We
Right.
thought it was cool. We didn't have to go to the library because we had it at home.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and this just, again, kind of reiterating the point that I just found a caption in here. And this information that we are talking to you about, we found this on CNN Health. There's a lot of great places to go, and
And the study,
where was that study
the
released?
study came out in June, in Journal of Sleep, in the Journal of Sleep Research.
Okay, and it was actually, I'm just trying to find
Oh,
the
who did the study?
Yeah, I think
Kristen Knudsen
Yeah.
and Eve Van Cotter, and they did a study that was released that was released at the in the U.S. National Library of Medicine, the NIH.
Yeah, and they are neurology and preventive medicine at Northwest University Feinberg School of Medicine. So we just want to give credit to, all these great
Where we got it.
professionals that are out there looking. But they just said that, sleep is.
It's important.
Yeah, I was just looking here. It said that even regardless of the diabetes, that sleep is important. So anyway,
For everything, yeah.
yeah. So, what are things we can do? I think they talk about people that fall asleep, and, there's the falling asleep issue. There's the waking up in the middle of the night. And, really need to talk to a physician to try to get a handle on that. They have a
Yeah.
lot of sleep studies that are going on that you can be involved with, again, to find out what your individual situation is. Is it sleep apnea? Is it?
Find out your root cause.
Yeah.
And then if you have diabetes, treat your diabetes for sure. I mean, treat your diabetes,
Right.
but you also need to take into effect that you're not sleeping well.
Yeah, and we'll talk about this more, I'm sure, but the only way you can treat your diabetes is to monitor it. And, I will say that I'm not the best, that when I know I'm eating bad, I don't want to look at it because I
Yeah,
know it's
you
going
won't
to be
do it.
bad. But the only way to really be able to manage it is to see, where are you at when you wake up? What does, different types of foods do to you, so you can know, because people are affected differently by different types of food. Some diabetics may be able to eat something and it not have an effect. Some others, it blows them out of the water. So that's why it's important, 2 hours after every meal to test to see, hey, what did that do to me? And keep a record of it. That way, hey, I can eat this. One thing I can't do is, eat, even though, I try to stay under about 40 carbs a day, I can't eat all 40 at one meal. So,
No.
you have to spread those out, a little bit through the day. I try to be more carb heavy in the morning when I know I'm going to, work off and exercise. And then, or just, living through the day, I know I'll burn them off a little better. But then also the way that you pair different foods. And again, we'll talk about all this stuff more in future episodes, but, I also want to get the two people that we watched on YouTube that time about the
Eating.
no, it was about the way that something about was being captured in your muscles, and that was I don't remember the whole deal, but it was about the insulin and the sugar.
Yeah.
We need to really get that information out, because I thought those were two respected individuals in the field, and they were very good. They had some good, both of them had good YouTube videos where they actually laid it out and showed you some good stuff. So
Yeah, that'd be good to talk about. And you know what I was also going to mention is you in the past, and correct me if I'm wrong. In the past, you have taken your medication, your diabetes medication, like in the morning and at night, and now what are we doing? We're doing it mealtime.
yeah, trying to do it at
With your meal?
meals, yeah, to see if there's a difference. I just don't think I've ever had much luck with the medication that I'm on, and so what we've tried to do is what I've tried to do, look at some different research, and there's some people that
Different
say
ways to
take it
take
in the
it.
morning and in the morning and at night, and then there's some that say take it with a meal. So I've moved to taking it, and we haven't done that long enough to really see
Right.
any
But we're
see
trying
what
it.
the effect. But trying to do it with that last meal of the day, especially to see, since we don't. A lot of times we fast in the morning until lunch, so I may take one just when we get up, just because. But
So you won't forget to take it.
yeah, but I just I've always felt like it really hasn't helped me that much, and so trying to move some things around, and again, I carry so much weight that is the biggest issue with me. Even if even when I eat clean, I can still test bad just because I carry so much. So working on that's important.
Yeah, it's way important.
Yeah.
I need you around, honey. I don't like those high readings.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
No, just sleep. How important sleep is to everybody, but just if you have diabetes, for sure treat your diabetes. Take your meds, get your readings, even though you don't want to know what they are. Get them. Maybe something will click in to make you take measures to get to a better place.
Right.
It's just
Yeah. Sometimes we have
need
to be
to stay
scared
around.
into doing something. And when you see some of those extremely high readings, then of course that can be a catalyst.
the reality is just the
Yeah.
reality setting in. It just
Yeah, and all the damage. That's the thing is, we need to really lay out the damage of diabetes because,
gosh.
somebody like myself, I've never been hampered by it much, so I don't think I give it as much thought or as much consideration or revere it as much as I should. But again, I think it's cumulative that, in the beginning stages, you probably don't have a lot, but as you let it progress and then as you age, there are going to be ramifications for not dealing with it in a timely manner. So again, those would be some good topics for some future episodes to say, what are some of the different, not only the people the professionals that we want them to see, but also
Somebody
some of
who's
the what
been
are the
affected.
what are the ramifications of not dealing with
Yeah,
it. So,
because pre-planning is important in all aspects of your life. And if you just reality of taking the readings and not acting like you're bulletproof because we are aging. I'm aging. I'm not throwing you under the bus. But we don't need to wait until something drastic happens. We don't need to we need to respond and not react.
yeah, because it's too late then.
That's right.
That's the reality with this, and don't want to get too graphic, but if you have to lose a toe or a limb, you can't go back and say, okay, I'm going to get my mind right now and do it. Or if you damage your kidneys, and then of course the Alzheimer's connection, all that stuff, you just can't turn it back. It's not a do-over. This is
life.
Yeah, and it's done. So, all right, we look forward to bringing you more information on that. But for today, that's going to do it for me.
Yeah, and if there's anything that you want to talk about specifically about diabetes, aging, whatever, please go to our Facebook group, go to our Instagram. Please reach out. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. We're on all the major platforms, social media platforms. We probably hang out, I would say, on probably Instagram more than any place is our preferred place. You can reach out there. We're on all the major podcast platforms. Google, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify. If we're not on one that you listen to, reach out. We'd love to get on it, make it easier for you to listen to us. And then our website, www.feedingfatty.com. Also, there's a fairly new logo that we just put up. We'd love to hear your comments. Terry designed that one herself, and I think she did an awesome job. It looks great. So
Thank you.
check us out. See, see what you think. And we'd love to hear any comments about professionals in this industry that you would like to hear from. Your story, if you have a transformation story, we would love to hear that. Just reach out. We'll see if we can, book a date to tape. So,
And if you're struggling, come on. Let's, it takes a village. Let's do it.
let's talk about it. Yeah, because we can,
We're all here for
sometimes
each other.
being there to support each other is what it's about, or, being able to find the correct help. Always we can see what we can do, but yeah, starting a discussion, that is the
Dialogue
that's the
is
first.
key.
Yep, that's the first point. And with your medical professionals, not just us, but
Right.
talk to a medical professional, registered dietitian, nutritionist. There's a lot of great professionals out there that can help. And we have, if you haven't checked us out, go back and look at some of our past episodes. We have had some amazing
Yes.
guests, and we've got some amazing ones lined up for the future that we can't wait to get out here, and we'll try to be a little more regular on these Thursday releases, about what's going on with us. And then not only that, but, trying to focus on the diabetes for a while and see if we can get that going. So anyway, until next time, I'm Roy.
I'm Terry.
The recording has stopped.